We are talking about a special guest here with us from the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. We want to welcome Henry from the zoo, but first I want to show you these pictures. This is just a couple days ago. Last week when I was off during my staycation, I got to meet the red panda at the zoo. It was so much fun. We got a very up-close encounter, as you can see, able to feed the two red pandas treats. So neat, incredible. And today we have a different encounter. This is an eagle owl. Henry from the zoo brought it in honor of Independence Day. Welcome, Henry and Hedwig.
Well, thanks for having us. This particular bird is new to the zoo. It's part of our education program. It's his first time in the studio, so we're hoping he would behave. He, like a lot of us, went through that storm last night, and yes, it was pretty intense at the zoo. But
you said you did check in on him last night.
Yeah, I did check in. I checked in on a lot of things last night. So yeah, Hedwig is a Eurasian owl, so you'll find him fairly common in Europe, going all the way into Siberia. They have different subspecies depending where they come from. Coloration of their feathers may vary, but they have those large tufts similar to what we have here in a great horned owl. Eyes are generally orange in color, and you can see he has some pretty sharp talons.
Well, and just a few minutes ago, he was doing something. I asked you what he was doing. His beak was open, his mouth was open, and his tongue was kind of flapping inside.
So he was panting, yeah. So if you notice, he has feathering all the way down to his toes, up to his, even on his eyelids he has feathers. There are no exposed areas except for his eyes and his beak. But to stay cool, he'll pant. When he comes into the studio, they'll have lights, and if he gets nervous, he might pant a little as well.
Just get a little hot and bothered. Have to start panting. So you said he's relatively new. When did he arrive at the zoo?
Last year. He came in last year. So we've been working with him. And
there you go. See, he's panting again.
Hey, bird. And he's such a good bird, and he's such a great ambassador for his species. He's a
really neat owl. And now, where can you find him at the zoo?
Well, he's used as our education. So if you come to zoo camp, you might see him at zoo camp. If you come to our classroom programs, they do school programs when school goes back into session. So this animal is an ambassador that goes out to meet people, as opposed for people coming to meet him at the zoo.
So you were checking in on a lot of the animals last night in the storm. I think that's so fascinating because, as we were talking about, as a human, you want to comfort, and comforting sometimes means hug and hold. You can't really do that with the animals at your zoo.
Well, a lot of things that we will do in a case of a storm, make sure that life support systems are working. You know, fish need to breathe.
Right.
We don't think about, but if the power goes out, which happened first,
right.
And we make sure everything's running all right. So you triage everything and you look around. But a lot of animals, like a bird of prey, they're not necessarily, they don't want to be like a cat or a dog, be petted. They want to feel safe.
Well, and they're out in the wild typically, so they're probably used to having thunderstorms and things like that happen. Well, you guys have a lot of great things coming up at the zoo. And first I want to talk about the Eaton Park Family Days coming up. That's
next week. We have a lot of different activities planned. So if you come out, and my favorite, I got to tell you, is they give out smiley cookies. So I'm just saying, if you're coming out, it's a great day to come out. So it's a lot of fun things, and we'll be all involved with that next week.
Hedwig, is he allowed to have smiley cookies?
No, but I might ask for an extra one for him and have it myself.
Have it for yourself.
Love those cookies.
So that's July 9th through Sunday, July 15th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. And there's going to be some music and crafts and some fun with the animals, of course. And also, you guys have Ehrlich Pest Control Bug Day. This is not my cup of tea, but what happens on Pest Control?
This is our first time doing it. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what we're all going to be doing, but it's a nice event if you're interested in those kind of animals. I got some great. I got a tarantula in my office that.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool animal, and I'd like to introduce him to people. I've taken him out. He was a rescue case, and I've sort of taken him from the brink of mortality to he's a healthy, happy animal.
I probably will not be visiting your office anytime soon now that I know about that. Also, I saw this when we were at the zoo last week, Go Dive Now pool tour. Tell us about that.
Well, they do a dive program where they train you to dive. They go through all the safety of diving, so you can sign up. We have a huge pool we put in the PNC Pavilion, and they teach you how to dive. So it's a great exposure to learning what it takes to dive, and you get a chance to dive in a pretty deep pool. It's about 5 feet deep, I guess.
What pool? It's not the polar bear pool,
No,
is
no.
it?
They set up a pool and right inside the pavilion, and a lot of people walk away from it and want to continue, diving. So they get their first experience there.
Well, I know zip line, now that the weather is warm, has to be pretty popular.
It is. We're doing really well on zip lines. I'm not sure how that handled the storm. Yes, I didn't go on a ride last night.
During the storm? No, not a good idea, Henry.
Well, we actually do shut down, obviously, during a thunderstorm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for bringing Hedwig with you. You did well for your first visit.
He did.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. Thanks for
Still panting.
coming out and visiting the red panda.
Oh, that was so much fun. It was so much fun. And they're part of your education program, too, right?
If people would like to do what you do, we do have wild encounters with red pandas, and they can sign up. It's on Thursdays, and it's online. So
very cool. Honestly, it's worth doing. It was really neat to get that up close experience with an animal that you probably would not get to do otherwise. So thanks so much. And remember, the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium is open for the holiday. Check on hours and admission prices and get more information on all the upcoming events we mentioned today on the zoo website. You'll find the link at kdka.com/PTL.